Hey, what's up, guys? John here. Beverly Hills is not immune to the chaos and hell that is now Los Angeles. All thanks to Gavin Newsom, Eric Garcetti, and our new district attorney, George Gascon, who's funded by George Soros. $2.5 million donation from George Soros to destroy Los Angeles. And it's all bleeding into Beverly Hills. Now it's a battleground over there with home invasions, robberies, and just yesterday, someone put a gun to someone else's head and robbed them for a $500,000 watch. Someone tries to get in the way, gets shot right at the restaurant. This is Beverly Hills now. The same restaurant just across the street last year, I'm eating and sitting right next to Al Pacino. This is a normal, everyday occurrence in Beverly Hills with celebrities and the elite. However, not anymore. They're all leaving. They're all leaving and going to a more secluded and private area that I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm also going to show you over $1 billion worth of real estate in Beverly Hills and the adjacent communities and teach you what's really going on. I mean, $3.7 million for a median price home in Beverly Hills? Is it worth it anymore? I don't know. I personally don't think so. Please smash that like button. Help me spread this message. The more people that become aware of what Gavin Newsom is doing, Eric Garcetti, and George Gascon is doing to California and Los Angeles, and now Beverly Hills, the better. So please smash that like button. Let's begin. We have more shootings, robberies, and store closures than we've ever had before. Ever since the pandemic hit, the city has never been the same. This is El Pastillo, one of the most famous restaurants in all of Beverly Hills. You'll notice the camera crews up and down the entire street filming this crime scene. The shooting took place yesterday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And now what we've seen during this pandemic, and I'm very familiar with this area. My real estate office was only 1 block away for the last 10 years. So I've walked up and down this street 1,000 times. Right now, what we're seeing is more people that are desperate for survival. Now in Beverly Hills, with these vacancies going sky high, we have to look at why that is. This city now has restrictions on business. So when you have a $40,000, $50,000 a month business and you're no longer able to have full occupancy, it's very challenging to meet your quota. And then you factor in the new guidelines. If one person inside of your business tests positive, you have to notify everyone else inside of your business. And if they test positive, you have to give them all paid sick leave. So it's very hard to have a stable body of employees when you just don't know if a bad situation is right around the corner. Now, as we cross Beverly Drive and we step into Rodeo Drive, this is one of the best streets for shopping in the entire country. And now you're seeing a vacancy. Maybe every 10 stores, every 12 stores is a vacancy. And I believe that is only going to continue to grow throughout this pandemic. The longer that we stay closed, the longer it is that it takes to recover. This is Kylie Jenner's $36.5 million mansion. Fun fact, my former mentor's husband built this property from the ground up and sold it to her 8 months ago. 1 month after she closed on this property, there was another shooting at a house party about a mile away. 3 victims, 1 shot fatally. This is only 1 mile from the El Pastillo shooting that occurred yesterday. Let's go check out the Playboy Mansion. We'll simply make a left onto Sunset Boulevard. We're going to drive east for about a minute. Make our first right, and this is Charing Cross. Charing Cross this is Billionaire's Row. The first property to the right is Frank McCourt's old estate. He's the former owner of the Dodgers. He sold that property in a divorce. Then you have the Playboy Mansion to the left. That sold for $100 million to a neighbor who simply wanted to expand the property. Now we make a left onto Mapleton Drive. Mapleton Drive, even in a bad recession, a tear-down house here is probably $20 or $25 million. We look to the left. What we're going to see is a recent house flip from Ellen DeGeneres to Sean Parker for $55 million. $55 million. It's 360 South Mapleton. We continue just a few doors down, you'll see Pdiddy's property. He bought that for $40 million back in 2014. It's absolutely beautiful. And the landscaping is amazing. Then we continue just another couple doors down, and this is the Formula One Harris's Petra Ecclestone. She bought this property about 10 years ago for $80 million. This house is bigger than the White House. It's an estate, 56,000 square feet. Then she just flipped it for $120 million, all cash. The buyer paid all cash, $120 million for that property. This community was once untouchable. Now it's being touched. This community is Carrollwood Drive. This is Holmby Hills. This is creme de la creme. It doesn't get any nicer in LA. Just 10, 15 houses away from Kylie Jenner. The house to the left that we just passed sold for $80 million in the height of the recession. As we continue down this street, we're going to see Michael Jackson's property, the home that he passed away in. But before we get there, this property here to the left, this is Tom Gores. He owns Platinum Equity and also owns the Pistons, the basketball team. He bought this property from my former mentor, the one who built Kylie's property. Her husband also built this property here. Sold it for $100 million. $100 million. And now it looks like he's going through an extensive renovation. As you can see, it's fenced up. He has construction crews up and down the street. And now the next property that we see is Michael Jackson's estate. He died here, and this property sold for a whopping $18 million about 10 or 12 years ago. Right at the intersection here, right off of Sunset Boulevard, there is high hedges, a very tall gate. Now another financier owns this property. Now as we back down this street and we continue down now what's called Montevideo, we continue down this street, the house to the right, this was owned by an executive. I represented this house when I was 23, 24 years old for about $8 million. $8 million. This is the lowest price point that you can find a property in this community. Now that house is probably worth 13 to 15 million at a bare minimum. You know, Beverly Hills is a very beautiful community, obviously. Everybody wants to get here. But now I think we're going to see a big period of the exodus. I think we're going to see the exodus of Beverly Hills happen in greater numbers than we've ever seen before. Now they're leaving in droves and going to Calabasas. They're going to a more family-friendly and quieter community where there's less crime. Right now, what I think is going to happen is I think that there's going to be more and more crime happening in Beverly Hills, and people are going to continue selling and getting out of the city as one incident happens after the next. When we step into this big recession, what's going to happen is people are going to be more desperate for survival than ever before. And when they're desperate, where do they go? They go where there's opportunity. If there's no opportunity in their community, there's no jobs, then they're going to likely do things they otherwise would never have considered to do before. They may point blame at other people, a certain group of people. And if that's the case, then these people may have to do whatever they have to do to survive, whether it's sell their properties or hire private security like they did in the elections. The homeowners on Rodeo Drive, they hired private security. Some of them paid, in total, the rumor was, about $4.8 million just for private security during that period. It would not surprise me at all to see private security really begin to ramp up in Beverly Hills, Bel Air, and a lot of these prestigious communities as they begin to buckle down and get scared and nervous for what the future comes. So it'll be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. Many people see Beverly Hills as a sign that you've made it. It's a token of validation that you've done very well for yourself. But now, is that still true? My question to you is, if you're worth millions of dollars, are you going to put that money in Beverly Hills, or are you going to take it, maybe buy an island or buy a mansion in South Florida off the ocean with a boat dock, or maybe a large spread in Texas? There's many options. And I personally think we're going to see a huge real estate crash, one bigger than anything we've ever seen. When the forbearances expire very soon, the eviction moratoriums expire very soon, jobs are lost by the millions and never coming back, this technocratic world we're stepping into, it's the biggest transfer of wealth that we're ever going to see in our lifetimes. Now, if you're planning on investing in real estate and taking advantage of it, it's smart to know what to do, how to invest, and where to invest your money. If you want to learn about real estate and investing, join my weekly calls on Zoom. The link is pinned inside of the description of this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please smash that like button, drop your comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.